Greetings, critters. I'm Buxicle, and I've been making content for 2.5 years, which, Jesus fuck, that's a long time. But I've just now gotten the guts to also start making YouTube videos. But I thought my first video should be more of a casual draw with me, where I just kind of sit and ramble about anything. And right off the bat, I immediately break this poor bear sharpener's nose. Poor guy, I am so sorry. The inspiration for this specific drawing is just a bunch of artists making jellyfish look way more majestic than they ever deserve to be depicted as. And I wanted to give it a go, so I took my sketchbook and I made just a fun doodle with a bunch of jellyfish. Genuinely had fun drawing it, which is rare for me. So here, due to my anxiety of just a blank piece of paper, I just kind of draw the vague shape of what I'm about to draw, and it helps alleviate that anxiety. You know, whatever helps, I guess. But my anxiety doesn't stop there. No, of course not. I also have a severe fear of drawing the same subject twice, because what if that makes me unoriginal, and boring and repetitive? So to try and combat that, I drew the exact same thing twice. Literally just copy-pasted onto a bigger sheet of paper, because that genuinely helps for whatever fucking reason. So once I've got a couple shapes down and it's not just like a blank piece of paper anymore, I grab these Faber-Castell color pencils, except they're not actually colored pencils. They are watercolor colored pencils, which is very funny because I'm not a watercolor kind of guy, but everybody around me keeps giving me watercolor stuff and I can't use it. But these actually work really well as just regular colored pencils, so these ones I actually can use, and so I don't have to feel bad about wasting art supplies. One of my relatives also gifted me this like huge, genuinely like fancy watercolor set, and I don't know how to use it. This Christmas I also got, I'm not kidding, 2 watercolor sketchbooks and another set of watercolor pencils that I already have. I'm not talking about the Faber-Castells. They're genuinely good. I like them. It's like a different kind and they're utterly useless. And now I have 2 of the exact same watercolor pencils that will never be used. I am not at all ungrateful. I know my mother tried her hardest. She genuinely thought that I liked watercolors because I'm a multimedia artist, so it makes sense. I know where she got the idea, but I just find it so funny. I now have 2 watercolor pencils that I can't use and 3 watercolor sketchbooks. I was thinking of doing this like ASMR style where you can hear the pencil scratching in the background, but I forgot I put on Matt Rose for the second half of the recording, so all you can hear in the background is just skull emoji. Thinking before yonder. So yeah, that's not happening. I took like a 5-minute break, and when I came back it was this beautiful golden hour, and by golden hour I mean golden 5 minutes. Just wait, you'll see what I mean. I'm very excited to start uploading on YouTube. It's something I wanted to do basically since the beginning, honestly, but I just never had the courage or the motivation to actually finish a whole YouTube video. But I'm currently also working on a game review for a very well-loved and very popular game, which I have some strong opinions about, and I fear I may get absolutely destroyed by the gaming community, but you know, it's worth it, maybe, we'll see. There's also a chance that, you know, people will take what I say into consideration and be like, I see what you mean, I still like that game, and I'm like, that's completely fair. but there's also a big chance that the wrong people might find that video and get really, really mad at me. But we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna make it regardless, so whatever the consequences may be, I guess, are just the ones I have to live with. But yeah, I'm very nervous about that video. I genuinely am very excited to make it because it's something I'm very passionate about. It's definitely different than anything I've ever made before, so I'm also very excited about that. And you can actually see the golden hour disappear right here. So here I'm technically done drawing the jellyfish, but I thought it needed a bit more pizzazz. So I did these doodles of like starfish, of like seashells. The SpongeBob squiggle just kind of scattered around the page. It was, it was actually incredibly stressful, I'm not gonna lie. I don't enjoy doing intentionally random things. I get very stressed. Something I've noticed is a lot of YouTubers have very long outros. So when a YouTuber says the video is about to end, there's usually like 3 minutes left. And that's what I'm used to. But sometimes I've come across YouTubers that have like a 3-second ending. So when they say, okay, that's the video, bye, and then it ends, and it scares me. I don't know, I get so startled because it just comes out of nowhere. But I'm also like, how long is the ending supposed to be? Because obviously, like, there's not really a point in spending a lot of time on an ending, because, people hear you go, this is the end of the video, and they know that the rest of the video is probably not important. and then people click off, so there's really not much point to the ending. But I found that when they don't do that, I get very startled that it just ends cold cut. Speaking of outros, this is the outro of my video. I didn't want to startle you with the ending, so this is how I've solved that problem.